Hello, hello, fellow nerds. Welcome, Tolkien fans. So, we've got a little bit of news. It's not, say as big as a trailer or anything like that, but Prime Video released a little promo, and there are some goodies in there that I noticed playing Middle Earth Detective a little bit this morning. And I started to kind of script up a video, and I was like, what the heck? It'll be easier and faster if we just hop on a live stream. So we're gonna play this promo here in a second, and I'll show you some of the things that I noticed. There's a couple creatures, as you can guess by the title, that I think have been perhaps confirmed um, being part of the show through this promo, and I think there is I know there is a very specific first age battle that is referenced in this through the artwork. So first up, we're going to watch this promo to give you the warm feelies, or whatever the phrase is. That's not right, is it? No sound? What the heck? All right. All right. So could you guys hear the sound on that? I'm getting mixed comments here. I can replay it. I think I know what. You can hear me and not the video. Sorry about that. All right. This is what happens when we have an impromptu. Yeah, here we go. We have an impromptu stream and all heck breaks loose. Here we go. All right. This should have audio. Let's do it again. Do it one more time. X and then Y.
Okay, honey, time for bed. Your pixies can wait till tomorrow. They're elves.
You know the feeling of finally finding your people? So do we. To all the fans who go deep, keep going. See where it takes you. Prime Video.
All right. Sorry about that first glitch there. So yeah, we've got, let's see here. I'll do a poll here. Which one would you most be excited to see? Warm fuzzies, yes, that's the phrase that I was searching for. Thank you so much. So yeah, we've got the Ents. Now I'm gonna pull this back up here because there's a couple other things that we have. Here we go. All right. So we've got the kid playing soccer. He trades up from football for those overseas. So he trades in his soccer cleats for Lord of the Rings, which I think is a pretty good trade, honestly. So one of the first things I actually noticed was like these kids are way bigger than him and they make him the goalie. Like I don't know soccer, but like shouldn't, you know, somebody bigger be playing goalie? Like take up more space? I don't know. Anyway, so the first thing that I noticed was the Ents, but chronologically in the promo, the first thing we have is this reference to dragons. Now, I actually found the exact artwork that this is. This reminded me of either the Dagger Bragalath or the Nirnaeth Arnoediad. But I was since able to confirm that this is bam, the Nirnaeth Arnoediad. This is a piece of John Howe artwork, and this is the exact artwork that is in this little promo here. So this tells us a couple things. I mean, I think what it tells us is that we will see at least a flashback of the Nirnaeth Arnoediad. And I know, like, so obviously this brings up the question because, you know, we've known that this is based on the appendices, right? And Nirnaeth Arnoediad, you know, that story is told in the Silmarillion. So what does that tell us? Well, there's been rumors that indicate that Amazon is able to negotiate on a case-by-case basis to show certain things. Yeah, so Alice is bringing this up as well. Yeah, I don't think, you know, and it goes back to, I don't know if you've heard the distinction that you know, you kind of have to go by where the story is primarily told. So while in Lord of the Rings, they reference Beren and Luthien, but the main story is told in the Silmarillion. So you can't, if you don't have the rights to Silmarillion, you can't make an adaptation. Like Peter Jackson, if you know, when he was doing films for New Line and Warner Brothers, he couldn't just go and make a Beren and Luthien adaptation because they're name dropped. So that would lead me to believe that Amazon has perhaps gotten permission on this case by case basis to at least give us a glimpse of the Nirnaeth Arnoediad, perhaps. Will all this first age material be in the first few episodes as a prologue or peppered throughout the series or not at all? Is this a red herring? I hope it's not a red herring. I hope not. That would, yeah, that'd be a bummer, I think. Because I'm all pumped for dragons now. I'll be honest. Like in flashback. Like I don't want just like random dragons added to the second age. Will Gandalf appear? I don't think so. No. It wouldn't make sense for him to show up. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, on a whole, I think this is one one of the better marketing pieces. Like, this gave me this, I think I had a more emotional response to this than the teaser. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Dragons and Ents are, like, almost split down the middle, 50-50 in the poll. You guys really like your dragons. 50-50. It is exactly 50-50 right now. Man. All right. Let's pull back up the promo because we need to see the Ents. All right. So then later in the promo, his mom comes in, calls them fairies. Like, get out of here, mom. Who opts for fair? Like, of the two, elves are far more common than fairies. Come on. And then he turns out the classroom window, and there's an Ent out there. I actually really like this design. And I wonder if this, like in general, I'd say, promo wise, I like this design. What it's hinting at here. I would imagine that the show itself would probably like the effects would probably look a little bit different because a lot of times like tie-in promos they don't quite have the finished quality as the show itself, like like when New Zealand did all the travel promos and stuff and they're flying on eagles and stuff like that, still look good, but it's a little difference in quality. Yeah, I'm kind of digging the Ent design. He looks like Mario. His nose, yeah. I was thinking like the nose and he's kind of got the mustache. That's funny. The motifs on the wall in the classroom scene. Oh, I also will point out. Okay, so here we have this is a poster of John Howe's art book, Middle Earth Traveler. So there you go. That's the exact same cover as a poster. Do you think they're going for a more child-friendly look like the Hobbit films? I love Lord of the Rings movies more for their grittier, ominous look. Um, so I think hmm, I don't know if I'd call the Hobbit films more. I feel like visually they're pretty similar. Like they kind of aged up the Hobbit films, so to speak, to kind of match the Lord of the Rings tone. I think we're probably going to get similar in you know uh look and feel and age appropriateness for the PG-13 Peter Jackson films is my guess. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. The Hobbit did have a severed head in the in the prologue sequence, so they're not that kid friendly. The book is very kid friendly, but all right. So, yeah, I also think, like I said, the music I thought was really good in this. Um, I think we might have gotten this might be I do wonder if this is our first time hearing in a promo actual John Howe music. Do you plan to make Lord of the Rings theories with almost everything in the books covered? It would be cool to have some Lord of the Rings Theories. Yeah, so I've got a couple that are, kind of things that I've come up with on my own, like what if Sauron got the ring? What if Gandalf claimed the ring? Stuff like that. So I'll do more of those. What did I say? I said Howard Shore, didn't I? What did I say? Did I say John Howe or something instead? um, yeah, I meant Howard Shore music. Goodness. See, this is what happens. Impromptu streams. I don't have time to get my notes straight. Um, yeah, so I'll probably do some theories on the show that'll primarily focus on um lore, how I think they might tie the lore in, or even, tie in to the third age stuff in unexpected ways or expected ways. Um, you're probably not going to see a lot of Harfoot theories from me, most likely. You know how I'm one of those guys. I'm like, I don't know, hobbits in the second age. I'm not sold on it. Um, let's see. Let me ask you guys. Was this see, like, this was the first, like, even better than the teaser. I thought this was like, it's not even for the show per se. Um, oh, a crest on the wall. Oh, is that what you're talking about right there? Is that like a star of Arendelle, perhaps? Arendelle's got 6 points, and that's got 8. That's a good catch. I'm guessing that's this kid's artwork, man. He's going full board into the Tolkien. Honestly, I think the best part about this promo is, you know, it draws attention to the two best things, which are the books, for one, even the movie tie-in editions. I know I've said it before. I'm very meh on movie tie-in editions. I'm not the biggest fan. But like I said on a previous stream, those are going to be some people, that's going to be their first ever venture into Middle Earth. And that's what this promo directly ties into. So I'm I like it. I like it because the idea that there's kids out there who this is going to be their first foray into Middle Earth, and it's going to drive them to the books. We see there we get another glimpse of the John Howe poster in the background there. He's got his cosplay on. This also makes me wonder, I didn't think about this at the time, but it makes me wonder if they're going to do premieres of, like, he's clearly going to a movie theater to watch this. So is this to say that we're going to get um, theatrical premieres of maybe the premiere episode or the first 2 episodes, something like that? It wouldn't be the first time that a series has done something of that nature. So yeah, what I enjoy about this, honestly, is that, the books are the pathway for this kid's fandom, which is cool. And, celebrating the fandom. Like, it honestly is kind of the two best parts of a new series coming out, is that it'll drive more people to the books and it'll make more people fans. That's a good question. I don't know. I wasn't following Wheel of Time so much. Yeah, maybe someone else in the chat would know if they did something similar for Wheel of Time. See, now I keep looking in the background now. See, this is the more fun stuff for me. Like, this is why the promos that have been so heavily focused on original characters don't get me pumped, because I can't really guess a whole lot off of that. But this has got things like Ents and Dragons, and I can go in and see, okay, what dragon is that? What battle is this from? Like, this is the stuff that's more exciting to me. I get pumped about this because we're dealing with canon stuff. Go to 30. Okay. What we got? What we got? That's just a close up, right? Nine-month-old likes watching the videos. Nice. Start him young. To the left, right at 30. Oh, here we go. This is probably what you're referring to here. Yeah, we have a lot of these crests showing up in the background here. But I've got the crests of the Silmarillion pulled up, and none of them immediately jump out to me. Which they could be doing their own adaptations, you know? Let's see here. I'll pull these up so you can see what I'm seeing. So here's some of the heraldry. And none of these immediately jump out to me, honestly. I'll have to take a closer look at these, I think. It does kind of look like a compass a little bit. Then the other thing, so I postulated this back when the posters came out. Because we have a poster that I personally thought, with this face on the armor. So we now know this is Arondir, the elf that's been in a lot of the promo material. But his chest piece kind of has a Entish look to it, in my opinion. It's the crest of the giant army of Harfoots that will defeat Sauron. Stop. Get out of here. Here, here we go. There we go. You can see them side by side. So I always thought when these came out, when these posters first came out, I thought that this was an Ent. And I'm more convinced of that now. Man, you guys are split a lot today. I asked what is this the best promotional material? Ironic, because it's not even really promoting the show. You guys are 50-50 again. Oh, good question. When do Ents show up for the first time? So the Ents. So if you remember in Lord of the Rings, Treebeard in his song lists off a bunch of realms, and a lot of those are first age locations in Beleriand. So they've been around um, for a long, long time. So they would be there throughout the first age. Um, and in the second age, let me see if I can pull up one of my handy maps here. There we go. All right. So in the second age, which is the age we're talking about primarily here, you can see it's primarily all of Eriador is a giant forest at the very beginning of the second age. Now we know that they're condensing the timeline, and that's a whole thing that I'm very leery about. But so we could see Ents pretty much anywhere in these forested areas, and it would kind of make sense. Like, really, this should probably be one continuous forest all throughout Eriador if we are dealing with the first part of the second age. And part of the reason, one of the things that we're likely to lose in this condensing of the timeline is the fact that the Numenorians come in and start a massive deforestation of these areas down here in order to build their ships. So they're a great seafaring folk, and part of the reason they're able to do that is because they have these great, awesome ships, and they cut down a lot of trees, and that creates a resentment, some fighting between them and the middlemen of Middle Earth that dwell in these lands. So they kind of contribute to the deforestation of Eriador. Well, they do contribute to it. I shouldn't say they kind of do. They do. So it'll be interesting to see, like, with the condensing of the timeline, how that works. Like, what state that is in. Where are we going to be dropped into that story? And then there's a whole nother thing with Harad, how that this is on a different topic, but down here in Harad, they Numenorians and the Haradrim start out as allies, and the Numenorians teach them a lot of stuff that they learned from the elves, but then they become more and more oppressive of the Haradrim, and so that's another one of those storylines that I kind of fear that we're going to lose in the condensation of the timeline. But back to the Ents. So this is Fangorn as we know it in the third age. But the way Treebeard talks in Lord of the Rings, we know that this forest pretty much covers the vast majority of Eriador, and it's only after Sauron's war with the elves in Eriador is it fully, kind of destroyed to the point where it's just Fangorn, because he burns and scorches a lot of this land as he leaves Eriador. So we call a sore loser. He gets beat in battle, so he scorches the place. Can we explain what's happening? Yeah, sure. So there's a promo just released. It's not even a promo for the show, but I'm kind of starved for for interesting stuff right now. I'm ready for a freaking trailer for sure. But it does have some interesting seeming confirmations of characters, or creatures, I should say. So we saw a still of a dragon, which was in particular a piece of John Howe artwork of the Nirnaeth Arnoediad, a very famous first age battle. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Nirnaeth Arnoediad, it is a disastrous battle where the elves and men of Beleriand just kind of, things kind of go well, and then there's some betrayal, and things go wrong, and plans go awry, and it ends up being a disaster. So this could be a very you know, very big set piece in like a prologue sequence or a flashback sequence, I would think. So, yeah, aside from that, yeah, I don't want to make this go too long here because I don't want to, over overdo it for no more than what we've got here. But it does seem like we've got perhaps confirmation of Dragons and Ents. I think the Ents one is pretty um pretty firm. The Dragons one might just be like a clever, reference, or maybe, they have the rights to the John Howe art. Gandalf the Grey, thanks for the super chat. Sorry, I just watched the vid and I think it looks awful. They keep doubling down on near universally hated promo material. Acting like these garbage trailers are bringing kids to Lord of the Rings is wrong, in my opinion. Okay. That's cool. Dude, you can have your own opinion. That's fine. I mean, I don't think that the trailer itself is going to bring people into Lord of the Rings. I think the show and the excitement around it is going to bring people to Lord of the Rings. And you know what? There probably has been some people, that have picked up the book out of curiosity. And I don't know, you think this is doubling down on hated promo material? I don't know, man. Honestly, I think this is possibly some of the first promo material that's had some genuine heart behind it. And it's manufactured, obviously. It's a promo designed to like make you feel the warm fuzzies, like I said, but it's one that actually shows at least a modicum of understanding that, the magic is in the books. And that's, the fact that this promo like has the kid fall in love with the world from the books. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that this is like some indication that the show is therefore going to be good because of this promo. I'm not saying that at all. But it actually has a little bit of heart behind it, which is nice. So it's just a feel good promo, whatever. It doesn't really, I don't think it indicates one way or the other, whether the show is going to be good or not. Like not every piece of promo material is going to tell us that. I don't think. But yeah, I mean, for one, I'm excited at the possibility of Ents. Like it's something that would make sense. Like, there's been plenty of things in the that we've found out about the show that I'm not sold on, that I'm not sure is going to make sense. But Ents are something that make a lot of sense to play a part. We know that they were in the vast forests of Eriador during the Second Age. And for all these events to happen and for there to be no Ents would be kind of weird when you think about it. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see some Ents. And if we get a Nirnaeth Arnoediad flashback that's done well, that would be really cool. Valinor78, thanks for the super chat. Did Amazon hire an intimacy coordinator for the Ents or the Dragons? Both. Yeah, totally. Oh, goodness. Philosopher's Games. Thanks for joining, man. Good to see you. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to see some Ents. Kurdish Lord of the Rings nerd, thanks so much for the super chat. I'm late to the live show, but could this mean they will explore what happens to the Ent wives? Possibly a flashback to Yavanna. If I had to guess, I don't think it necessarily means we'll go back that far. I think in a lot of these, and I'm working on a theory video now based on that black sword because I think it could have some interesting implications if it ties into the lore the way I think it does. Um, but I think when theorizing, I try to keep in mind like how much baggage is going to come with anything they introduce, and by that I mean how much are you going to have to explain to make what you're bringing in make sense. So like if you bring in Yavanna, like you have to explain, that uh why she created the Ents. So then you've got to go into the creation of the dwarves, which this is all stuff that I would love to see because it's super nerdy and it's, all the deep lore stuff. Um, but all of that takes runtime from your show, and if the show's going to focus on the second age, like I don't know how much of that you can bring in and use up your screen time, without casual people tuning out because you're going too deep, at least for a second age show. Now, if it depends. If you pepper it throughout, maybe that's a little easier to do. So like flashbacks and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna say no to an adaptation of something from Tolkien's world, from Tolkien's canon, especially, I should say. Matthew Hughes, thank you so much. Do you think that Arondir, I still can't pronounce that name very well, Arondir could have a deeper connection to any of the elves responsible for waking the Ents? Hmm. I do wonder because he's if that is an Ent on his chest piece, I do wonder if there's some deeper connection between whatever group of elves he's a part of and the Ents. Yeah. Um, I've heard rumors that he could be among the Avari elves, which, if you're not familiar, those are the elves who are the first to refuse the summons of the Valar. And it's among them that a lot of elves get taken. It's believed, it's theorized that it's the Avari, that a lot of the Avari are ones who are taken and turned into orcs by Morgoth. So yeah, I could see a group of elves having like a certain, kind of special relationship with the Ents. Gandalf the Grey, let me revise. I pray the show is amazing, but none of the promotional material is doing it for me or anyone I know, including this one. Oh yeah, no, I totally get that. Yeah. That's kind of what I said. If you haven't checked it out, Gandalf the Grey, it's kind of fun to dress you as Gandalf the Grey. Yeah, check out, like I did a hopes and fears video where I kind of like, um, you know, put put my stuff out on the table, and I think there's been a lot of subpar promotional material for the show that hasn't been designed to get Tolkien fans. Um, well, I don't know if it's been designed to, but it hasn't accomplished getting Tolkien fans excited for the show. That's for sure. Um, so yeah, I was happy to see this, small nods to Dragons and Ents, just because I'm kind of tired of seeing Harfoots on everything, and I just don't get excited for Harfoots. I'm sorry. Is this the trailer we've been waiting for? No, this is definitely not the trailer we've been waiting for. No, this is just a promo video. So hopefully, oh my gosh, hopefully, I've got to think at this time, Comic-Con would be the latest that we would see this for sure. I can't imagine, like, Comic-Con was barely a month from the premiere. Hey, Melonheads, what's up, guys? What do you expect to see here at San Diego Comic-Con other than the trailer? Um, I don't know. There's been rumors that they're gonna have a big presence there. I don't know what that means. So I don't know. I would imagine I know they have a Hall H panel, which is like the big hall that like Marvel and all the big shots use. So um I guess they're doing something big. I would hope that at least a trailer will be shown. It'd be really cool if they showed more than a trailer. I think they should show fans more than just a trailer at this point because it's getting so close and they've shown so little. Valinor78, thanks so much. Hey, just wanted to say that this promo looked and felt really good. The visuals and audio work on the Ent was amazing. Yeah, I don't know if you caught it, but the Ent does make some kind of tree-ish sounds. Here, I'll play this for you real quick. There we go. Yeah, so we get that. It sounds very much like Treebeard, when in between words and movements and stuff like that, you kind of get that. I don't even know how you would describe that sound, but it sounded very tree-ish and entish, very consistent. All right. Yeah, so I'll put a link to this in the description. But we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. I don't think there was no sound. Oh my gosh, dang it. I'm sorry, guys. Let me It's the second time I've done that. Here. All right. Here we go. So there you go. So yeah, sounded a little entish, kind of consistent with the Peter Jackson films, I think. Oh, did I miss a super chat? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me scroll back up here. Oh, here we go. Do you think you'll be able to tell us about what you saw before the premiere? If not, why do you think they brought influencers out to see it? That is a great question. I honestly, I mean, I obviously would have preferred that we be able to tell you everything that we saw right off the bat instead of, kind of gradually. I don't know when it'll be that we can talk specifics about footage. Yeah, I hope it's soon. I hope, if nothing else, around the time of the trailer release, whenever that is. But you can rest assured, as soon as we can, I'll probably release a video breaking down exactly what I saw. Yeah, I'll say, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I'm excited to share with you guys what we saw. Again, I'm there were some things that I really really like, some things I'm not sold on, and that's probably going to be my genuine feeling until we actually see the show. I'm gonna, as a huge Tolkien fan, I'm excited, and I'm also nervous, and that's gonna be the balance, pretty much for the entire duration of at least the first season, and it'll fluctuate between those two emotions most likely. Oh, Fritz, thanks so much for the super chat. I agree with your opinion on the show. You seem very neutral, and that's fine. I just am afraid about the show based on the posters, thousands of comments being deleted from the trailer videos, and the other signs. Yeah, I don't know. I heard something about comments being deleted. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what like I've never been one to delete comments. I get all kinds of hater comments. Uh it's usually the small minority of comments on the channel. The vast majority are positive, but that's part of being on YouTube, I think. And yeah, things like that. I for one, I hate that they hid the dislike count because I just yeah, it's silly. I wish they would just leave it because I think it's, you know, good information to have out there. But yeah, I think Yeah, I'm gonna be fairly neutral on it, until I actually see it, because it just seems hasty to me to judge a show before I see it. Um, but yeah, I'm like I said, I'm that balance between excited and hesitant slash scared, a little bit scared. But yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Um, like I said, I think the promotional material for my taste is uh concentrated more on original characters than um I want to see more Elrond for one. Like Elrond is my favorite second age character. Um so he and Gil Galad, I think that's a relationship I really want to see done well. So the fact that they've not been in a whole lot is kind of a bummer, but I know they'll be in the show. Oh, thanks for joining as a member too. Um, yeah, obviously they're gonna be in the show, but I don't like. I'm more excited to see Elrond than Harfoots, obviously. So yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this, guys. I know we went disproportionately long for no more info than this actually has in it. I apologize. This would have been a much shorter video if I um, just released a video on it. But I thought let's hop on a live stream. Those are always fun to chat a little bit with you guys. Um, yeah, I'll uh, I'll leave it at that. Hopefully, this means that we'll see some Nirnaeth Arnoediad flashback and definitely some Ents. I think that's a pretty safe assumption at this point. Like I don't see why you would put the dragon bed sheet or whatever that he had. That could just be you know a little uh, a little artwork thrown in. You know, but I think the Ents, like having a live action Ent in this promo, kind of it would seem silly to me for them to not then have it in the show. But sillier things have happened. So we'll find out. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next time. I'm going to try to get another theory video done for a midweek release this week. And then we'll get back to perhaps a travels video or a history video on Saturday. If you haven't checked it out yet, I just released on Saturday a history of Minas Morgul. So be sure you check that out. And we will see you next time on Nerd of the Rings.